Okay, so good morning, everyone. I haven't thought of a greeting yet, but oh well, we'll just say good morning. So I have my French toast and bacon. I like my bacon nice and crisp. And today I made the sweet one because this is like the maple bacon. So on the weekend, Friday, when I go to Walmart, I think I'll pick up some sausage. That way there I'll do the ketchup, the one with the salt and pepper and ketchup. So on my French toast, I want to pick up pancakes too. I went to the dollar store yesterday and got this flat pancake pan, which I cooked my French toast on today, and it worked pretty good. It was a cheap pan, but it lasts us a couple months. I get my $4 back. It was only $4. So, and I can cook my eggs on it too. But, so I put butter and gotta have my syrup, and I need more syrup. So, Friday I'll write that down when I go to Walmart to pick up syrup. Because when I do get the sausage, I'll eat syrup, but my pancakes, I love molasses. That's just, I don't know if it's just a maritime thing or, but, and I always sprinkle a little bit more of the cinnamon. There, so that's good breakfast. See, I don't really eat dinner because by the time I get to work, because it takes me a while to get to work, it's dinner time. So, I eat at work my dinner supper, around 5 o'clock or so. So, that's why I eat a big breakfast, because I really only eat 2 meals a day. So, it makes up for it. I'm not hungry at 12, 1, 2 o'clock, but 3 o'clock I still start wanting to eat. Someone mentioned in the comment that they didn't get notifications for some of the parts, so maybe that's why they're not being viewed. Like, they got the introduction, they got the notification for part 1, but not 2, 3, 4, and 5. They did part 6 and 7, and in the morning one. So, I'm thinking maybe that's what happened. YouTube's messed up. I don't know. But, oh well. I'll do my morning thing now. I got the parts all over with, and just a little bit of history, you know, of just how I was brought up and everything. And but then I can extend on more. So, we'll be on to food. We're talking about food right now. So, I got a story. My, when Dad worked out in the woods, my uncle came and stayed with us. His side of the family. Big appetite, everybody. Everybody on Dad's side. That's why Bro got such an appetite. And, so anyways, so Mom, she was young. She had me and my brother, and she was only 18, 19, taking care of. Grampy was still with us. I'm talking about the old house before it burnt, and Grampy moved out. So, Mom would do homemade bread. She'd do baked beans. She'd make big suppers. She'd make big breakfast. She would wake up and cook the boys and my brother involved, because he was going to school. I was going to school at the time. So, but I wouldn't have big breakfast. This is when I just mostly have cereal. I didn't get up that early. So, when my uncle stayed over. So anyway, so they all have bacon, eggs, pancakes, homemade bread. Big breakfast, big breakfast. And then Mom would go and make these, I remember this thing, a bunch of bologna sandwiches, and apple, orange, banana, and some cookies or snack. That was their dinner. So my brother, he'd get up and he'd eat a big breakfast. Mom would make a big lunch for him in his lunch box. I always had peanut butter sandwich in my lunch. Nothing else. Peanut butter sandwich. That's all I wanted. He had big thing of big homemade bread. Mom would cut it thick, eh? And the bologna, and he'd have an apple and an orange and a banana and cookies. I mean, he had a big lunch box. My brother did. So Mom had child protection caller one morning saying, well, what he would do was he'd eat the big breakfast, and then the back of the bus, we had the same bus, going to school and coming home, same bus driver, and he'd eat his lunch in the back of the bus. And then he'd get to school, and at lunchtime he'd tell the kids that, Mom, we had no food, Mom was starving them. So she'd get everybody in the classroom to take something out of their lunch for them to eat. So this went on, so of course she called child protection or whatever. Mom said, look, he eats breakfast, big breakfast. I make a big lunch for him. And then he comes home and eats a big supper. And then he has cereal before bed. And sometimes toast. But anyway, she said, you check the bus. Because he's coming to school without a book bag, and I'm sending him with a book bag full of food. Next morning, teacher and the social worker was outside the bus. When he got off, they went to the back, and fair enough, there was his lunchbox. No food in it. Boys, I tell you. Mom was mad. Pretty sure he got a beating for that one. Dad did the beating with him. But, yeah. So, big appetite. Big appetite. I used to. Now I can't eat as much as... so much big appetite, but... I cook big. I'm not going to be able to eat all this. I know it, because... But I'm used to being able to eat this way, you know? I'll just try to... I make more just in case. I'm still hungry, so... I prefer to cook more than less. I'm going to still be hungry. But anyhow. So I was reading comments. Yesterday was quiet at work for a Saturday, but as the cold weather comes, the car wash is pretty quiet in the wintertime. Daytime it wasn't though. It was warm enough yesterday to keep the front door, the entrance bay door to the car wash open. Once it gets cold, we gotta keep it closed. I had napkins out. I was gonna bring napkins next time. So, what else can we talk about? Today I'm just gonna eat, lay back down for a little bit, take my shower, go to work. Today is Sunday. So Monday, Tuesday, and then I'm off Wednesday. Pretty quiet. Cook these too crispy. But I don't like raw bacon. Food. Let's think. We'll think of a topic every day. I'm on the food today for some reason. Because I know I got to make that grocery list. See, I was supposed to do it yesterday. I got until Friday. Oh, I don't brush my hair when I'm just before cooking. When I wake up, I don't brush my hair because I don't want hair in my food. You're not supposed to brush your hair before you cook. When I was in my teenagers and I was taking a course, and I said I worked at the Chinese restaurant, but I worked at other restaurants too. So I learned what I learned from the chefs. I worked when I was doing my bartending course for that summer. So it was during the summer. I did chambermaid. That was a hard job. I dishwashed for a couple days at a motel. Then a lot of waitressing. So they were talking one time. This when we were living in Fredericton, me and Mom in the trailer. Talking about cutting back some tall fish, and I knew he wasn't going to get in. But he was saying how he's going to cut back on welfare and all this stuff and try to do away with it. And Mom, proud welfare person, I told her, I said, just in case they do get rid of welfare, what are you going to do? I'm working at the time, but I said, we should take a course and I'll pay for it. We're going to take something for you to get a certificate. Well, what am I going to do? I can't. She could write, but she couldn't read or spell. She said, I only got grade 3 education. I said, we'll find something. So I'll go get newspaper. NBCC was doing a cake decorating course. So anyway, I called up the instructor. I said, there's not much reading or writing or spelling like writing in your course, is it? And she said, no, everything's hands-on. The only thing that you have to write down is just one or two recipes, like recipe for her icing and then the raw icing. But other than that, everything is, and the course was pretty cheap. I said, because I said their final exam, oh, they do cake at home and then they bring it in. And I said, you get a certificate? Yeah. Of course, really, really cheap, right? Well, I'm not into baking, but this was night course because I was working days. But I figured I'd take the course and help Mom if she ever needed to read something, or something. So I told the teacher, I said, well, I'm going to take the course with Mom. I said, because she can't read, and I said, and just in case. And she said, okay. So I went down and paid for both our courses. Like I said, was really, really, really cheap. Really cheap. While we were there, they were line up for the registration, right? And this girl, she was so annoying. Through the whole course. Then she quit halfway through. She was going to make cupcakes and be a cupcake queen or something. I don't know. But anyway, she goes, I just happened to say, Mom, get this ready or whatever. We're standing in line up for the registration, waiting for the woman to come. We came early. So, woman goes, that girl, annoying one. Oh, mother and daughter, you guys are going to save money. You guys won't. Because we had to go get our own tips and our products and everything, see? Anyways. Oh, you guys are really going to save money because you'll be sharing tips and I'm looking at her. I said, no, I'm going to buy both because I don't want to have to wait for her to be done with one tip while I said, we'll have our own. So we're not saving no money. And I said, are you paying for it? I said, I'm paying for it, ain't I? So she shut up and she never talked to me through the whole course. Because I knew if she was an idiot like that, I was going to be an idiot right from the beginning because I don't want nothing to do with that girl. Nothing. So anyway, me and Mom sat way in the back of the class because she was, of course, in the front, chuckling all the time with the teacher. So anyway, so we pay for it, and she gives us a list of the tips. We had to get and of course it had to be Wilton's. And I didn't know Wilton's was so expensive. That's why the course was so cheap. She gave us the numbers of the tips to get 1, 4, 10, 2, about 20 tips. Then we need the little mushroom thing, so when we make our flowers. What else? We needed a bag, a Wilton bag, of course, in a certain size that we worked with. I think more later, but I think it was just the tips, the bags. But anyway, double it. It was a lot of money. Plus, we had to do our cakes in the house. So we went and bought the icing because she told us, like, shortening and what we needed to make the icing. And it was a good time of year because we had Valentine's Day, February, and then we had to do, Easter cake, a Valentine's cake, Easter cake, St. Patty's cake. We had like 3 holidays all in one, so it was great. Anyways, so we're taking the course, and because I wanted Mom to have some type of certificate or something that she could get maybe a job at the bakery or something if welfare ever went, stopped. But anyways, we're at the course, and the woman, the instructor, teacher, she makes her icing in the blender and the mixer, and then she puts in all her cake, her icing, but didn't show anyone. Well, one thing about Mom not being able to read spices and stuff, whatever, she go, oh, that's cinnamon. Oh, that's nutmeg. Sort of like what my aunt, she would smell or taste something, and she knows exactly. I get a little bit of that if I'm eating something, and especially if I don't like the way they make their coleslaws here in Alberta. They put sour cream in it, or yogurt, I mean, and I don't like yogurt. See, there's a taste, so I knew they made it with yogurt, because a few places. But anyway, so she put her secret ingredient in for the extract. And cigarette time. She said, okay, it's cigarette time. You guys discuss what it is. She said, I want to know. I guess nobody ever guessed it. So, I said, now I know, Mom knows almond vanilla. She puts that in her ginger cake, a ginger nut cake, and just regular vanilla, but the dark one. And you can get lemon. But the only thing we ever cooked with was just the ordinary vanilla or the almond vanilla. Never looked to see that they were all different vanillas, you know. But this is what we had to guess, so we're sitting out there having a cigarette, and of course Big Mouth is behind us, that girl. She wouldn't shut up. I mean, she was terrible. I was glad when she left. I think everybody, the whole class clapped when she left. She was just annoying. So, poor girl, she never had no friends. Nobody talked to her. So, anyhow, Mom goes to me, and she said it low. I don't know how Big Mouth heard it. But she said, I said, do you know what it is? Because I can't guess. It's not mint, because I knew you could get a mint vanilla. She said, it tastes like coconut. I said, no. She said, yeah. She said, it's not the almond. She said, it tastes like the coconut vanilla. So I said, okay. So we went back to class. I said, are you going to say? She wouldn't say nothing. Mom wouldn't say nothing, right? She wouldn't say nothing. So and I knew it. So teacher said, did anybody guess what it was? Now, all the people heard Mom say coconut, but Big Mouth, oh, it tastes like coconut. I said, no, she was outside. I said, and my mom said it tastes like coconut, not her. She said, yeah, it was the coconut vanilla and the white vanilla together to make her icing. But anyways, everybody said, yeah, they heard Mom saying it was coconut. See, she had a big mouth, right? I didn't think she heard it because the other people was close. She didn't smoke cigarette. She was way over there, and she never guessed no vanilla. So she goes on, and she goes on, and she goes on about her muffins. She's going to start a muffin and be a muffin queen and quit the course. I think we clapped while she went out the door, as she was going out the door. All right. So years later, when we moved to, I had Bro and my daughter. No. When we first moved out to Montreal, and me and him separated, and I already had my daughter, my oldest one. We were living in an apartment, and my daughter was just an infant at times. She was young, so Mom decided we were sitting on the outside having a cigarette, and two women upstairs, they worked at Dunkin' Donuts. They worked at Dunkin' Donuts. They had the outfit on. They were from Maritimes or something. We got talking to them. We'd see them every day after work. So, Mom was talking about getting a job. I knew it wouldn't last very long. Every job she had, it only lasted maybe a week or a couple of days. Anyway, she talks about, oh, I like to work. And so I said to her, I said, why don't you ask them? I said, you do got a cake decorating course. She said, yeah, but that got nothing to do with the donut place. I said, why? You have hands-on and you work in, it would help you get a job. It's job-related, your certificate. And you don't have to read and all that to cook in the kitchen of the donut place. You always got someone there to help you. So one day when they came home the next day, from their work. Mom mentioned, she said, they said, we'll talk to our boss, Mr. Brown, and we'll let you know tomorrow. Mom said, okay. So, next morning, Dunkin' Donuts is big in Montreal. Not so much, not like Tim Hortons and all the other, but Dunkin' Donuts is big where we were living anyway. But they seen Mom that night. They said, yeah, our boss is Mr. Brown. We gave him your name and your resume, because I always had a resume ready. I think I just read one up. I didn't, or I might have had a typewriter and typed one up for her or something. Had one for her anyway. And so next day, 9 o'clock, Mom walks down, because it wasn't that far. She walks down, she says, Mr. Brown, in? They said, we don't have a Mr. Brown work here. She said, I have an interview with him. They said, well, there's no Mr. Brown here. So she goes back home. She comes back home, she says to me, she said, there's no Mr. Brown. I said, I don't know, you'll have to talk to the women tonight when they come home from work. So, she says, they come home from work. She says, they asked her, Mr. Brown was waiting for her. And she said, I went in. So anyway, they said, well, he'll be in tomorrow. So next day, she goes down to Dunkin' Donuts, asks for Mr. Brown. They said, there's no Mr. Brown here. Anyway, she's like, well, I have a job interview. I got the job. They told me, these girls, I got the job. I just got to come in and meet them. There's no Mr. Brown. So she goes home. So that night, she said, I went in and there's no Mr. Brown. Well, there's friggin' like 10 Dunkin' Donuts on that road. She was going to the wrong Dunkin' Donut. It was the next one over. So anyway, she went to the right one. So when she walked by, she kind of felt foolish, so she went in and told them what happened. She said, you were so determined, we were going to hire you anyway. Like we were going to, if you came back again, we were going to hire you because you were so determined. So anyway, Mom worked there, I think 4 days. All she had to do was they had, you know, the cream stuff Timbits. They got bigger one, you set the thing to 4. And the smaller ones, you set this in, you punch it in and it puts the cream, the tartar or custard or whatever. That's all she had to do. Oh, we had free donuts for a week, so that was great. So she got sick of that. She didn't want to work. So the ding dong, what she did to get fired, the number 3, the small one, she would set on 4 and boom, blow up the donuts. The little things, they would explode. Anyway, so she got fired. That's how she got out of that job. She didn't want to work. Why should she? Welfare was, she liked her welfare. So, anyways, but it was always good. I had my certificate, but I never worked at it. I can decorate cakes, but I don't use we use just the icing and the new way with the fondue or fondant or whatever you call. We didn't use that. We just used icing. So I don't know how to use that. I watched that Cake Boss show there and seen the sheets of things that they put on or whatever. I never worked with that stuff. Ours was the old-fashioned way, baking the cake. So anyway, I'm pretty much done. I'll pick a topic for tomorrow. It won't be about food. Maybe you guys in the comment, just a topic, and then I can, whatever comes to mind, everything's impromptu. I got nothing written down. So, more real that way, you know? But in the comments, just write down what another topic should be. Something, not cigarettes and canned milk. Canned milk be okay though, because I cook a lot with canned milk. But anyhow, so see you tomorrow morning. It's been long enough. I'm going to go have a cigarette, lay down, relax. I'm just thinking, I do have laundry I could do. Today is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh, yeah. I'm just thinking about work shirts, right? I got a lot of them. And I just got to make sure they're cleaned. So, I got enough to do me until Wednesday. Anyway, so we'll be talking to you tomorrow morning. Pick a topic. I'll think of a topic, too. And then we'll rattle on about that. I'll read the comments later tonight and see what we should talk about. And then I can think a little bit anyway. So see you then. Oh my, I'm getting old.